About 3 or 4 episodes ago, people were saying Minah from the latest season of The Traitors was the best to ever do it. Iconic, making history. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Now I really wanted to root for my girl. I really wanted her to win. But her strategy, the last couple of episodes, just hasn't been good. She was playing it way too safe, very naive in terms of trusting the sisterhood without building any rapport with Charlotte. And on top of that, her arguments at the round table were weak. Pretty much all her defenses at the round table was like, oh, you guys are going to get it wrong. You guys are going to be disappointed when I say I'm a traitor. You go, oh, that's your opinion. I can look you guys in the eye now and tell you I'm unfaithful. It all sounded very repetitive and not really convincing. And even when she would throw people under the bus, she did it half-heartedly. I think she was torn in between like doing too much and doing too little. So she did like an average amount, but that is just not enough on this show. If I was her, I would have been like saying, you guys, let's not risk it. Let's go with the obvious suspicious people. Alex, he's so suspicious. Freddie, he's so suspicious. Look what we did with Linda. We let her go under the radar for so long while she's playing in our faces. Freddie is such an obvious traitor. Let's vote for him. Let's vote for him. She's there basically sitting there quiet while people are basically saying, well, we need to go for you now. And all she's saying is, well, I'm a faithful, and then half-heartedly saying Freddie. And even with her going for Freddie, she should have went for Alexander as well. Like I said, I think maybe she's not really confident with arguing. Maybe she didn't want to come across as too aggressive. And I think maybe that was her downfall. Another thing she missed was throwing Charlotte under the bus. Charlotte very lightly threw her under the bus and basically said, you know, yes, I can see why people may think that you're a traitor because you're quite unassuming, which would make a good traitor. She could have easily flipped it on Charlotte and been like, well, I could say the same thing about you. I would have been like, why everybody was thinking that Charlotte was a traitor, you know, the first 2 episodes, but now everybody switched their story. Why? Let's look at Charlotte. If we're going to take a chance on someone, let's go for Charlotte. Not me. Honestly, get me on that show. Honestly, I don't know how she didn't foresee Charlotte throwing her under the bus. If she was really about her bag, she should have been plotting on Charlotte. But she wanted to, like I said, she was on about this sisterhood. But girl, you did not build the rapport for the sisterhood, darling. And last week I was like, yeah, Charlotte's fucking cheeky. But you know what, Minah? You didn't play a good game. And you know what? I can't help but be impressed by Charlotte's gameplay. Also, I think another thing that made Minah look suspicious was her conduct in the challenge, especially with the whole Frankie situation. Charlotte basically said, maybe talking about me in terms of the whole irrelevant question, because obviously the traitors had to answer the questions first, so they have to think like a traitor. Obviously, Minah's trying to win the money, and they're going with the wrong answer. Charlotte is going with it because obviously she's thinking smart, let me not cause too much attention. But Minah's going out of her way to sway everybody to Frankie, and Frankie clocked her. And I thought that was suspicious as well. So yeah, like I said, I just think this was a bit of poor gameplay from Minah. I think she felt the pressure because it's not even like she was blindsided. She knew that she knew her name was going to be called at the round table. And yet she still made like very questionable moves in terms of gameplay. But hey, you know, not everybody lives to be the hero. I would have loved to see her win the money. But like I said, I'm not surprised. You know, it was the gameplay was great at the beginning, but she played it a bit too safe. She should have switched it up, and she definitely should have threw Charlotte under the bus. But I gotta hear from you guys. Do you think this was just bad luck from Minah? Do you think it was bad gameplay? Or do you feel like she just got outsmarted? Let me know what you guys think.